Mr. Smith. How are you doing this morning?
Doing pretty good.
Good. Can I get your name and date of birth?
John Smith, September 7th, 1954.
Perfect. We're going to get your blood sugar before breakfast.
Okay.
Okay. John, your room has the world's smallest gloves.
They're tricky, aren't they?
Yes. All right. So we're just going to clean off your finger really quick.
Ow.
Sorry. All right, it is 200. So John Smith, it is 9 o'clock, and his blood sugar is 200. I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so we have John Smith. His date of birth matches. His number is 65143. He's getting 5.5 units at 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock now, and his blood glucose was 200. Hey, do you mind checking this for me and tell me what you see?
Yeah, looks like 0.5.
That's perfect. Could you sign off on this really quick?
Yeah.
Of course.
Here you go.
Thank you. Hello again, John. I'm here to give you your insulin.
Okay.
Can I get your name and date of birth?
John Smith, September 7th, 1954.
Perfect. I have 0.5 units here for breakfast.
Okay.
Okay, I'll pop this that and
Ow.
sorry.
It's okay.
Do you need anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey.
Did you get that repeat blood sugar on that patient that you gave 0.5 insulin to?
Yeah. No, I did.
Okay. Just trying to help out.
Thanks. I know I administered the wrong dose, but if I tell them I'll get in trouble, I just won't report it. I think he'll be fine. I'll just check on him later.
Go.
I saw something that happened today and I don't really know what to do about it. I'm afraid to report him because I don't want them to get into trouble.
After finding this footage, Group 10 recreated this scenario, showing what to do in this situation, as well as evidence-based benefits of a non-punitive incident reporting system. Our theory and research was based around investigating the relevance of punishment related to completing incident reports. We were curious, after finding this tape, how this situation would have been carried out if their facility would have had a non-punitive incident reporting system in place to be used. We answered the question stated on the slide with the following information. This problem originated from the lack of staff on the floors to meet the demands of the patients, their appropriate room settings for these patients, the lack of leadership available, and their subsequent tedious charting. The lengthy incident report criteria made completion even less feasible and likely for nurses during their very busy shifts. Short-staffed facilities paired with complicated paperwork were not the only things preventing staff members from filling out reports. More information relevant to the origin of this problem were the penalties that would be implemented or presumed to be implemented, likely facilitated nurses underreporting mistakes they either carried out or saw. We next answered the question, did something change that created or caused this problem? There is a theory that nurses depended so heavily on feedback from continuously new technology that they failed to carry out their own patient assessments. Nurses continued to rely more heavily on technology, especially in chaotic times, despite strict instructions to gain assessment information based on their own human contact with that patient. Punitive repercussions resulting in punishments such as threats to licenses, unpaid leave, and/or a fear of caused workplace tension gave nurses even more justifiable reasoning to not complete such incident reports. With all of these questions posed in mind and researched, we formed the following PICO question as a group. Our PICO question is, do nurses working in acute care units whom receive punitive outcomes for incident report completion experience more preventable patient injury compared to those nurses working in acute care units whom do not receive ramifications for completing patient incident reports? This problem will now be presented to you from multiple standpoints. First, we will look at an administrative standpoint. Based on a study, incident reports were collected and analyzed over 3 years, finding that only 18 reports were filed. Due to the long period of time and minimal reports, it's likely incidents regarding patient safety definitely went unreported in this setting. While it seems obvious there's underreporting in this particular facility, it's hard to predict or hypothesize how many incidences actually went unreported based on this statistic or even the entire article alone. Another finding that would be of note from an administrative standpoint is that based on another study, nurses filled out more incident reports than physicians because healthcare providers felt as if they were not educated enough on patient safety and protocols. Now, from the nurse's standpoint, noted and listed punishments for certain mistakes led to the underreporting of incidences conducted by nurses as well as happenings witnessed by coworkers. An example of this, one hospital stated RNs would face suspension for medication miscalculation. You won't be surprised to hear that the same hospital that stated this punishment only had 200 reports over a long 5-year period. Obviously, this is also relevant from the patient's standpoint, because studies have shown non-punitive reporting leads to higher patient safety overall. This results in more complete and pleasant care given to the patient as well as their entire family. Next, we will analyze the clinical relevance of this study. Reporting self and seen incidences leads to improved care of the patient and prevention of similar mistakes that could be made further down the line. It also educates the faulty nurse and other staff members on how to avoid happenings reported. Clinically, it creates an environment for open communication between the patient and the nurse, as well as the nurse with other staff members. It forms a non-hostile workplace for nurses and administrative personnel. It has since been found that staff needs to feel comfortable to report incidents in a blame-free environment, and there needs to be more training to ensure that these incidences are formally reported. Give staff reminders, organize executive leadership walkarounds, analyze the incidents, the relevant recommendations, and provide educational training. Healthcare providers should feel confident reporting and not worry about the blame factor or receiving any ramifications from his coworkers. Implementing and stressing that mistakes or reporting does not taint your image or success as a nurse in the eyes of the administration or facility is imperative in maintaining the nurse's professional confidence and competence. Reporting should be made simple, readily available, and comfortably taught. It should be enforced in all acute facilities for consistency. If you are in a position of leadership, provide stations and times for nurses to fill out this paperwork. Do not take away from patient care time or break time to fill out these reports. Create an environment that helps nurses report what they feel needs to be documented without affecting their responsibilities as a caregiver. These stations should have access for a nurse to look up and obtain whatever information they feel necessary to fulfill their report. Teach all nursing staff that reported mistakes are for continued safety of the patient, not an effort to get the nursing staff in trouble with their facility or jeopardize their license. Periodically and consistently held meetings and educational seminars led by administrators will help keep incident report criteria fresh in the minds of the staff and maintain the relevance of incident report completion. Make sure the staff is aware that their duty is to not only report themselves when wrongdoings occur, but report cited misconduct relevant to the current patient safety as well as future patients. With all this research founded and applied, please watch how the first scenario should be treated in a modern acute care setting, utilizing a non-punitive incident report system.
Hey, Sarah.
Yes.
Did you get that repeat blood sugar on that patient that you gave the insulin to?
I actually haven't given. Oh shoot! I drew it 0.5, but it's actually supposed to be 2. Well, we don't have to tell anyone, right? Because I didn't give it.
Oh, no. We need to fill out a patient safety report.
But do you think I'm gonna get in trouble?
No, but I mean, the system's not punitive, so you should be fine.
That's great news.
Okay.
But I don't know how to fill one out.
Oh, I can show you. It's super easy.
Oh, perfect.
All right. Go ahead and pull up on the computer. Okay. You were good. That was good.
Thank you.
No, that was really good acting. So I'm just gonna say, did you get the repeat blood sugar on that patient?